Well, thank you for being here. It's great to see so many people after all the sessions. And actually, it was great not to have only you guys here, but it was great to have kids here today. Not only here on the stage, but also around the exhibition and the labs. They are full of energy, passion, and as we could all see, they speak up their minds. They are very direct. One of my favorite books is called Kids Say the Darndest Things. I know what you're thinking. It's not one of these philosophy books or anything like that, but I just love the book. It's by a guy named Art Linkletter. He used to have a radio show back in the 50s. There are many stories, but my favorite one is one about a little 5-year-old who had 12 siblings. The conversation goes something like this. So, what is the most challenging part of being a member of a large family? And little Timmy answers, well, I say the bathroom and shower time. Really, why is that? And little Timmy says, well, if you are the last one, you don't get any hot water. Oh, so you like warm showers? Well, I don't know. I have never had one. This is a true story. Now, if we had asked, we spent a lot of time talking about the future and the future of food, and which is a great conversation to have. But if we had asked a child 100 years ago how our world will look today, what would they have said? What will we eat? Where will we live? What will we do? Well, actually, and these days you can actually find everything, we know. Because a century ago, exactly 100 years ago, a magazine in Minneapolis asked a number of children what the day today would look in 2019. Let me tell you a few of their predictions. Reinhardt, a 7th grader, wrote, oh, if we had now what they will have later. Such, in 2019, here and there will be airships instead of street cars or coaches. And also houses about as big as an ordinary room shooting straight up into the air so people in them can see all over. I mean, for all I know, he's describing skyscrapers. Warren, a 5th grader, wrote, I think in 2019, instead of cooking a great dinner, all one will have to do will be to take a pill that will taste like a great dinner. I say that little Warren could have been here today having a conversation about the future of food. And he was 5 years old, or I don't know, he was in 5th grade, so probably 8 or 10. Back in 1919. To us today, some of these things sound like pure science fiction, but others are very much like our everyday routine. But now let's do the exercise ourselves and let's go back in time. 100 years ago, if you wanted to buy a yogurt in Barcelona, you will make your way to a pharmacy, and you will get a Danone yogurt in a ceramic pot. That yogurt will have been made by Isaac Carazo on Carrière de Les Angeles, in the heart of the Raval. It would have been made at night and delivered by tramway, so pharmacists had their Danone yogurts first thing in the morning. You will have seen the first Danone communication in 1923, explaining that yogurt is recommended by doctors. Healthy, natural product, beneficial for health. And once Daniel had set up Danone in the US, Danone's first message to the public appeared. Delicious and healthy. Danone is the dessert, or Danone is the dessert for good digestion, reinforcing the brand's link to health, but also taste and pleasure. So, 100 years later, you can buy Danone yogurts all around the world, in Spain and France, and across Europe, as well as Mexico, the US, Canada, Russia, and many other places. It is available in a wide range of places such as supermarkets, convenience stores, discounters, and of course, online. And yet, some things don't change. Querer no cambia. The love we have for our children is no different today than it was 100 years ago, or the way I'm sure it will be 100 years from now. You heard Andrew Agassi earlier this morning. It's that love for our children, for the next generation, that makes us work tirelessly to give them the best possible start in life. As every parent knows, acts of love happen every day. Whether it's making sure they are well-dressed against the cold, helping them with homework, or making sure they eat right. It's innate, it's universal. From here in Barcelona to the furthest point on earth, we all want the same, don't we? This was the same love Isaac felt for his son Daniel in 1919, when making that first Danone yogurt, with the health of the next generation in mind. Over 100 years, the love of good, nutritious food made with quality ingredients has also stayed the same. Nutrition and ingredients are the two most important things people look for when they buy food. And this trend is getting stronger. 70% of consumers are today more aware of the nutritional and health value of the food they eat than they used to be in the past. Since 1919, the love and care that goes into our Danone yogurts has remained the same. It is still the same recipe, the same process of fermentation with milk and ferments. We're still local. Almost all our milk comes from small farmers. Here in Spain, all our milk is collected daily, fresh from 250 local dairy farms, like Ramon Morlas, who spoke to us earlier. Fermentation and probiotics are key for gut health and overall health, as we know. Of course, since 1919, Isaac and Daniel's Carazo pioneering idea has grown, and we now have a wide offer of foods and drinks, but always the same commitment to simplicity, naturality, and health in over 100 countries. Danone's essential dairy and plant-based business is still a world leader in fresh dairy, but we're also a world leader in plant-based products made with soy, coconut, almond, oat. Many people follow a flexitarian approach with both dairy and plant-based foods in their diets. In countries like the US, over 80% of households buy both plant-based and dairy products. So, what will be the next 100 years? How will they look like? What will people eat then? That's what we have been talking here today. Well, reality is that you never know, especially given some of the very innovative ideas we heard today. But there are a few things we know for sure. The food revolution is underway, and it's unstoppable. The future of food will be increasingly tailored to each of you. Brands and companies will have to work hard to keep your trust and stay relevant. Every day we face challenges. We work hard to stay true to the values behind that the very first Danone yogurt had. And sometimes we will get it wrong. But if we keep innovating for health and stay close to people, I am confident that Danone can continue to support the next generation with the same love and care that Isaac had for his son Daniel. Because at the end, 100 years may have passed, and the future is exciting, but one thing remains the same. Querer no cambia. Y en Danone vamos a seguir trabajando por ello. Muchas gracias por haber estado aquí y buenas tardes.